Hey Saggies, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Saggies. Okay, we got Agape and the Healer, the Queen and the Vow, the Prayer and the Venom. Saggies. I kind of want to say that there's been a lot of negative influence in your life. I mean, there's something to be said about being like down for the ride, but I feel like you ended up being down for a ride that you were like, ultimately, that was not a fun ride, right? And it's just kind of the idea of like, I kind of want to just like chatter. When you just surround yourself in chatter, then you become influenced by chatter. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like this. This is random because I literally have not seen this movie in like over a decade. But if you've ever watched The Passion, there's a scene where there's like an evil presence and it's like going around the crowd and like whispering like or just like seeping negativity around this crowd, and this crowd just like gets like, they go crazy and they're rioting and they're angry and they're blind by their anger. And I feel like there's this idea of like, you have been so like steeped in blind anger and chatter that you lost sight of yourself, you know? Whether that's, like a group of friends or, like a specific community that you're involved with, or, a relationship that you're in, it just feels like, like just this like nagging energy of like negativity, and like all of the people around you are only focused on like negative things, and like they're it's just like this energy that like seeps into like to your soul. And I feel like you were really wanting to bring healing to that, because agape is the idea of like alignment and awareness of self. And I feel like you're needing to realign yourself, and you're needing to, like heal that self-awareness, because I mean, it's just like energy is real. And if you are in negative energy and you sit around in negative energy and you allow yourself to be influenced by negative energy, you start to carry that negative energy. And I feel like you were wanting to like cleanse yourself of that negative energy, right? You're like, I don't want it anymore. I promised myself more than that. Like, I knew that I kind of want to say like I wanted to have like a full, happy, healthy life. And it's like, it was full, but it wasn't happy and it wasn't healthy. And it was like a manifestation that seemed like it was almost perfect and then turned out to not be. But that has a lot more to do with your awareness of self than it does with your ability to manifest. Because if you aren't aware of the fact that you can be easily influenced through negative energy, and I don't mean like, oh, you're weak. No, like everyone on the face of the planet, if we exist in negative energy, it wraps itself around us and it whispers in our ears and it moves us in directions that we don't want to go, and it's contagious. And I feel like just this like cleansing, like just like pull all of the negative energy out of you, like wipe it away. And it's not to say that you were miserable in every area of your life or, like anything like that. But I feel like whatever this experience is, like it was starting to affect you in other areas of your life. And that's just like, it's not what you intended to do. But but you have to be aligned with yourself to really sincerely, intentionally create. Because if you're not aligned with yourself, you'll intentionally create something that is not well aligned with you. it's too broad, it's too generic, it's too, you know what I mean? Like it's a square and you are a hexagon. You know what I mean? But you didn't realize that you were a hexagon, so you tried to just fit into this square because you thought the square was what you wanted, so that's what you manifested. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that makes sense. Because I feel like I want to say, like, it's not that you aren't capable of manifesting and creating what you wanted. And part of manifestation is practice, right? I mean, you have to, like, you'll manifest, and then you have to understand how those manifestations fell short. And then you have to take that knowledge and you have to turn it back around to yourself and say, okay, so where is it in me that I need to fix so that I can take my ability to manifest and manifest more intentionally than I did the last time? It was my bad. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like this is like the leveling up process, right? Yay, Saggies. Okay, what else can we get for Sag? The moon. Going on a trip. Which is fun because I have a friend who's a Sag and she's going on a trip. That's going to be a very long trip. You know, that could possibly lead to something long term. So, I mean, it definitely, like, this showed up in another read. I want to say, like, my Gemini read. But it's this idea of, like, going on a trip and then, like, moving in a completely different direction that is more intentionally aligned with who you are, because you're more aware. I love the moon card in this deck because she can see her reflection. And it's like, if you can see yourself clearly, then you can understand where you struggle, you can understand where your strengths are, and you can start to work with yourself to, like, go move around your challenges and develop your strengths, you know, instead of having your shortcomings trip you up, right? And I feel like you're heading off on a trip or a journey, you know, or just like moving all together, you know, but it's opening you up to a very, I want to say, just like a very different type of community than what you were previously imbibing in. Love that. Okay, Saggies. What else can we get for y'all? King of Wands. Come on with that fire energy. I mean, it's a decision. Because here's the thing, is that, like, you can be surrounded with negative energy, but you have a decision as to whether or not you want to stay in that energy, right? And I feel like Saggies are too adventurous to just, like, sit still. You know what I mean? Like, sit in negative energy. No. And so I feel like you really have made a decision to, like, go in a new direction that's going to be more aligned with who you are. I mean, the Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Wands, it's such a fun card because they're just playing, you know, like, they're having fun. And I feel like, I want to say, like, this isn't fun for me anymore. And because it's not fun for me anymore, I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to go in a direction that feels like fun. Okay, Saggies. What else can we get for y'all? Judgment and the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, because you're like, listen, I'm steady moving, I'm steady working, I'm steady developing, I'm steady evolving, like, and I can't be capped out. This doesn't, I mean, this isn't, the village isn't here, but this has a very village vibe. But it's like, I can't be capped out by this negative energy. Just that one scene in Passion is just like on, it's like a damn 10-second TikTok video, you know, where you're just like the same thing over and over and over again. And I feel like that's just that like this negative energy that you feel like is just, I feel like it just like kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and more influential in different ways. And it was just, you know, But you're letting it go, bringing healing to yourself, having an awareness of what it is that you want. Like, what did I promise myself? How can I trust myself more in making the decisions on which way to go so that I can be with a community that aligns with me? Love. Saggies. Okay. Let's pull one more card and we'll call it a read. The flame. Yeah, because there's something that you feel drawn to do, right? I mean, the idea of the flame is like the moth to the flame, right? There's something that's like a, this little light of mine, you know, like you don't want to hide it under a bushel. No, you got to let it shine, right? And it's just kind of like, I feel like there's just been this idea of like that negative energy acting as like this bush that's like hiding your light, and you're letting it shine. You're doing what is right for you, and you're leaving the negativity behind. You know, because you can only take but so much, you know, like, especially if you're a Sag. But anyways, I hope this resonates with y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this does resonate, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.